Hello friends, and welcome back to Shay's Kitchen. Today I am sharing with you another week's worth of meals that I've prepared for my family. We're going to get started by showing you how to make these delicious chicken wings. So I've started out with just some seasoned chicken wings just with some salt, and we are deep frying them naked without any type of batter on them. And once they come out crispy, or the desired crispiness that you like, you just want to sprinkle them with some seasoning. I've used some honey barbecue powdered seasoning. I'll try to link it down below if I can find it. And then I made just some regular barbecue sauce and honey mixed with a little butter, and I'm simply just tossing them in the bowl with both the powdered seasoning as well as the sauce seasoning. And guys, these wings are so good. This honey barbecue is by far my daughter's favorite, and she just loves them. So that's how you do the first flavor, and you just do it in batches. We're going to move on to the hot and spicy flavor. You're going to do the same thing for your naked wings, and here I just have some hot sauce. I like Louisiana. It's spicy to me and what I grew up on, mixed with just some butter as well as some ranch. So my husband likes spicy ranch, so you can leave the ranch out if you like, and just do it with the buffalo sauce. But these wings were absolutely delicious. So our second meal for this week, I actually prepared some Mongolian meatballs. So we're going to show you how to go ahead and get started to make these. Now, to save time, I already seasoned them and rolled them out, and I'm just going to bake them on this cookie sheet at 355 degrees until they are completely done in the oven. Now, these are the spices that you're going to need. This is inspired by a recipe that I found online. I will link it down below so that you will have all the exact measurements that you need, and I will also put the substitutions in where I made substitutions. You guys know I always say use what you have, and for a lot of this stuff you can simply just use what's in your refrigerator. So we're going to go ahead and start on the actual sauce. So we have just some water and some tamari sauce, and now I'm just going to add some soy sauce here. And simply you're just combining everything in this one pot, and you're going to boil it until it thickens. So you just can use some here brown sugar. Again, if you would like a sugar-free version, you can use Swerve as your brown sugar alternate. Now you just want to add in some garlic and some ginger. I absolutely love ginger paste, and I buy this at Aldi. I think you can get it all the time. I stock up when I see it. I'm not sure if it's a seasonal option, but definitely the next time you're in Aldi, just try to see if you can find that. So now we're also adding just some sesame oil. Now you guys know I modified this, so I'm kind of eyeballing it and doing a double batch, so I'm not using exact measurements. So once again, please use the link down below if you need exact measurements. Now this is one of the substitutions that I used, and I will tell you what I substituted it for. And then you just want to use some hoisin sauce and some actual fish sauce, I think, as well. Don't hold me to it. Did these a week ago and I'm not completely sure, but again, check the description box. So you just want to combine it. Make sure you do stir it very well with a whisk, because really what you want to do is make sure you get rid of the clump of the brown sugar in the bottom of it. Now you just want to heat this until it thickens to the desired thickness that you like. It can take a little while depending on how much of the sauce you made. So it took me a little while because I did make a double batch. So I'm literally just putting those all the way cooked through meatballs and dropping them in the sauce, and I'm tossing it and covering it. I did do this in batches because I had a lot of meatballs, guys, but my family loved them. I just served it with some rice and some roasted broccoli, and I had no complaints whatsoever. Now to the last dish, I made some fajita steak and just kind of made a concoction for the dinner plate because I had some leftovers from the previous week as well. But to get started with this marinade, you just need some lemon juice, some olive oil, need a little bit of salt, and a few additional seasonings. I think I used some cumin, some crushed red pepper flakes, as well as some taco seasoning. And again, you can modify this, make your own taco seasoning, You can pick any fajita recipe or fajita marinade recipe that you find online. Just make one and make sure that you have a good, nice beef that you're going to marinate it with, or chicken. I'm using beef, and I'm using a flat iron beef to actually cook this. So once everything is in the marinade, you just want to give it a really, really good whisk. And I added just a little tablespoon or so of honey because I did just want something just a little bit different, and something that I know that the kids were going to enjoy as well. So once you have your flat iron steak or your flank steak, you can use that as well. You want to just marinate it. Pop it in a Ziploc bag, pour the marinade over it, seal it, pop it in the oven. The longer it marinates, the better it will be. So you can do this the day ahead if you would prefer. But after you've marinated it, you just want to pull it out. Make sure it sets to room temperature before you start to cook it. So that can take anywhere from about 30 minutes to an hour. You're good before you put it to the heat. Now here I have my cast iron griddle. You can definitely use just a regular cast iron pan if you like, but honestly what you're looking for is you just want something that has enough surface area to make sure that your meat is going to get a good sear. Now because I'm using this flat iron steak and it is really thick, I am just searing this on top of the stove, and I'm going to finish it in the oven. So my oven is set for 375 degrees while this is cooking up, and essentially I'm just cooking it, and I'm making sure that I get a nice brown crust on each side of these pieces of steak. So when I say this, I mean I'm literally flipping it over until I get all four corners, because this is like a kind of like a square piece of meat or rectangular shaped piece of meat. You wouldn't have to do this if you were using flat irons. No, I'm sorry. You wouldn't have to use this if you were using flank steak or skirt steak because it's flat. So this is just what I'm doing to ensure that my meat is cooked thoroughly and to the doneness that my family likes. So once it is done, you just want to pull it out of the oven. Again, temperatures will vary. Cook time will vary depending on what wellness you're going for. So now I'm just cooking up the vegetables. Here I have some green bell peppers, some onions, and some asparagus, which is what I had fresh in my refrigerator. You can use any vegetables here. You can definitely add mushrooms if you'd like, but just try to use what you have in stock in your refrigerator. So I am just cooking this directly in some olive oil here. And I've just seasoned it with some pepper and some garlic powder. Not any salt, because there is salt in the marinade. And as you see, I'm just drizzling some of that marinade directly over those vegetables. And this is on medium-high heat. And I'm simply just cooking these until they have a bright green color. They are going to be tender and still crunchy. So you can definitely let them go longer if you like, but this is the desired doneness that I'm actually going for. So my meat is done. It has rested for 15 to 20 minutes, and I've simply just cut it up into bite-sized pieces against the grain to make sure that it is tender. Guys, this was so delicious. I served it with my kids with just green beans because they don't like all the crazy vegetables. And I actually served my plate, the plate that I'm going to show you, with some rice and the vegetables that I showed and some leftover pinto beans. Absolutely delicious. So next up is my Romaine Stir-Fry. This is completely a concoction, guys. I looked at several videos and I just kind of put this together, to be quite honest. So what I have here is some it's just some basil out of my garden, a few vegetables, and a whole lot of different stuff out of the refrigerator. Literally, I will do my best and make sure that I link all of these ingredients down below. And because I had no rice noodles, I used ramen noodles. But guys, this was actually very easy and very delicious. So You just want to go for a tender cut of steak here. You want to cut it into bite-sized pieces. And I'm simply just stir frying this with some olive oil. You want to make sure that you cook up your ramen noodles in just some boiling hot water. I cooked 2 packages. And then you just want to drain it and make sure that it isn't sticking together very well. So you might want to hit it with a little bit of oil. So in the pot that you cooked your beef in, you're just going to fold in those vegetables. I have basically some carrots, some asparagus, some basil, and some onions, and I'm just tossing it because I needed a little bit more oil. I'm adding just some avocado spray that I'm lightly spraying with it. And so after your veggies have basically gotten almost done, then you want to go in and add in your cooked beef, your noodles, and your sauce. And guys, honestly, it's done at this point. You just want to take your time to fold everything in. My kids love this. I loved it. I had no complaints whatsoever. I really hope you guys enjoyed these meal ideas. Definitely leave your comments down below. Don't forget to share, like, and subscribe. And also let me know any ideas that you would like to see me cook here on the channel. And also follow me over on my Instagram at Shay's Country Kitchen. I love this, guys. I hope this helps. And until the next time, I'll see you soon. Bye-bye.